as there's more and more talk about a shifting market and buyers canceling contracts, home sellers having to reprice their homes lower, you may be wondering if you missed the boat on the ultimate seller's market and getting the highest and best price for your home. You should know that this market is still, despite all those headlines, anything but normal. And I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about here. Number one, we have to understand first, what is a buyer's market? What is a seller's market? What is a neutral market? And the buyer's market is simply there's more inventory than there are buyers, and or the amount of time it's taking to absorb that inventory being above 6 to 7 months worth of inventory. Okay, being well above that. If you're above that 7 months, definitely in a buyer's market. Buyers hold all the cards. Okay, at the between the 6 and 7 month period, that's really a balanced market. So you have, sellers and buyers can, depending on the home, be in the driver's seat. Below 6 months worth of inventory is considered a seller's market. So there's, less homes for sale than there are buyers. And we look at this chart here, and it shows us, this is from National Association of Realtors, it shows us here since 1999 what markets we've been in. And right now, today, we are at about 3 months worth of inventory on average nationally. That is a very strong seller's market. It's been, even stronger than that. Yes, we're continuing to see a little bit of rise on that based on the interest rates and, who can afford to buy a home, with that interest rate. Here in San Antonio, locally, we are looking at, as of September, 1.5 months worth of inventory. So it's even stronger as a seller's market currently here in San Antonio. Yes, I do have to acknowledge that there are homes that are not selling, and they haven't adjusted their price either, typically, or they need significant repairs, and either the seller can't or isn't willing to adjust their price. But overall, though, the market is still very, very strong seller's market. So those are willing and able to adjust the price, are able to sell their home. There's still a lot of very strong, willing buyers that want to come in and buy the homes, but they're being very careful. They're being very selective in their choices. They do have more choices today than they had before. So it does feel relatively, it kind of can feel like a buyer's market to some extent, just because there's more options. But overall, once the house is priced correctly, you're probably going to end up in a multiple offer situation. That is my feeling about the market. If it's just overpriced, then people might not come in and make a bid. But if it's priced well, you have a good chance of getting multiple offers still. You're not going to get 15 multiple offers or 10 multiple offers. Maybe you'll get 3 or 4 multiple offers. But we are still in that situation where that can happen here in this market. Ed Pinito, director of the American Enterprise Institute of Housing Center, gives a perfect summary of what's happening in today's market. I want to share with you. He says, overall, the best summary is that we'll move from a gangbuster seller's market to a modest seller's market. So that definition is going to change from neighborhood to neighborhood depending on where you're at and what you're dealing with. So you'll have to make sure that when you're pricing your home, you're looking at the most recent comps. Typically, if the market was a little more stable and we were, or the interest rates weren't changing, you could include more comps, comparable home sales, within the 90-day time frame. Right now, I would want to zero in on about 30 to 60-day time frame at the most, because with interest rates changing, it really kind of knocks some of those comparables out, and it doesn't make them really realistic. So get with a trusted advisor if you have one, ready to go to get your home sold. If not, give me a call. We'll get it priced right and get it sold as quickly as possible. If you have any questions, give me a call. and I'll see you on the next video.